standing ovation no less than 7 times, so thank you, Scott, for making it 8 at least. All right, awesome. So without further ado, please help me welcome Emily and Megan on Skype up there in the corner with SignedM Fashion House. Yeah!
If you're not familiar with Written Apparel, we are a women's clothing brand that specializes in luxury pencil skirts. I've been working on Written for about the past 2 years, and will officially launch the brand with a debut collection coming this spring. Now, I'm also here on behalf of Megan Hoffmeister, who is the owner and proprietor of SignedM. SignedM is a retail storefront, a personal style concierge, and a lifestyle blog that Megan has started. And together, we're here today to tell you about an exciting collaboration that we're bringing to the Nouveau neighborhood. So if you notice, like David had mentioned, Megan's not actually here in person. She's in New York, but she is listening, and she'll be able to participate with the Q&A as well. So Megan and I met a little over a year ago through the Small Business Development Center. We had both been working on our own separate endeavors and had been encouraged to meet each other. So we met down at Bohemia and got to talking, and what we found out was that we were actually working towards this common goal. So myself working on Written Apparel, and herself with her women's clothing boutique, The Boutique. We were both on this mission to kind of enhance the fashion community and retail presence in the area. And so naturally, we recognized that what we have been working on individually actually complemented our common goal. And so that's where this idea of collaboration came about with our vision for the SignedM Fashion House. So what is the SignedM Fashion House? Well, a fashion house by definition is a company that specializes in the design and sale of high fashion clothing and accessories. So the SignedM Fashion House will be no exception to this. Through our collaboration, Written Apparel will provide the design element, while SignedM provides the retail aspect. And under one roof, we'll provide a unique experience to the Nouveau neighborhood. Megan is not new to the Nouveau neighborhood. Some of you may know. She previously had a women's clothing boutique called The Boutique down in Nouveau, and she had that for about 2 years. And over those 2 years, she was able to grow and develop this loyal customer following, but also was able to kind of gauge what was and wasn't working. And so ultimately, she decided that there were some changes that needed to be made. And so she decided to close the doors of the boutique in February and use that as an opportunity to kind of rebrand and relaunch with this new exciting beginning that she felt was necessary to succeed. So under the roof of the SignedM Fashion House, you will now find a retail storefront that offers both men's and women's clothing. And you'll also find the Written Apparel Design Studio, which will offer our signature label as well as custom design services. But above all of that, what you'll find is this highly personable and customized shopping experience that becomes unique to the Nouveau neighborhood. And actually, you'll also be able to kind of get this insider access to the fashion industry, really. As I mentioned, this is more of a collaboration. So both SignedM and Written will maintain our own unique business models, but the opportunity comes where we overlap with the SignedM experience. And what I mean by that is a robust personal styling service that we'll be offering. So as a fashion designer, I'm viewed as an authority in fashion. That's because it's my job to stay up on the trends and the styles and the colors that are popular, and also to kind of find out what's happening in the market in general. So with the SignedM Fashion House, we can leverage both my fashion expertise and Megan's experience in retail to offer this truly one-of-a-kind experience for anyone that comes through our doors, leaving them empowered to feel like their best version of themselves. So oftentimes Megan and I would talk to our clients and our customers and find out, they love going to Chicago or these other markets to shop. And not only, they don't only like to go to shop, but they like the aspect of there's this abundance of culture and restaurants and entertainment all kind of wrapped up in this concentrated area. So we recognize that Nubo has a lot of this going on already, but what it lacks is that shopping draw. So the SignedM Fashion House can provide the things that these people are looking for in regards to that style advice and the high quality clothing that they're already traveling to seek out. In addition to that, we can become a destination for people in other communities to come check us out, which of course draws in more traffic to the neighborhood as a whole, which all businesses can succeed from. I kind of mentioned this personal style experience, and that's really our differentiator. Along with that, of course, service is of the utmost importance. So as this really takes off and we begin to grow, we recognize that we'll have to hire additional part-time employees to keep up with the demand for style appointments and just the overall customer experience. The SignedM Fashion House will be located down on 3rd Street by Beta's Restaurant. The space has already been leased, and we've already purchased the inventory for the grand relaunch. What we would be using the Open for Business competition funds for would be primarily with really powerful marketing efforts. And this would be by way of events that we host down in the Nubo neighborhood. These could be buzzworthy things like fashion shows or trunk shows or exclusive collection reveals. All of these things give us further opportunity to collaborate with existing businesses in the neighborhood. So I think we could all agree that the Nubo neighborhood is a place for big ideas. It was a big idea at one time, and the SignedM Fashion House is a big idea. But it also initiates this path towards a retail atmosphere that Nubo needs and is still lacking. Megan's been in the neighborhood from the beginning. She's watched it grow, and we both see and recognize this momentum that it has right now. But what it lacks and continues to lack is this thriving retail scene that will fully round out the business offerings in the